What's going on, everybody? Wanted to take a moment today. I went out on the lake for the first time in 2018, got to catch my first fish of the year, and I did so, and I got to document it with an action camera. I think in 2018, if you're not running a GoPro, a Garmin, an Ion, whatever model action camera, if you're not running one, you're probably behind the eight ball, to be honest. Everyone's doing it for social media. They're doing it to document themselves, and sponsors are probably wanting it from you if you are a tournament angler and you're sponsored. I think that it's changed the way we've fished. I think that we can look back and see the mistakes we've made, see the awesome moments that we've done, share it with people, but also it'll be good to have that catalog. When you go to a lake, you'll have old history from there possibly, or if you shoot one, you'll be able to document it, and the things you don't remember tomorrow, your camera has it picked up. The things you don't remember in 10 years, you probably have that clip somewhere. So running a camera is a whole lot better. There's a lot more uses for it than just putting it on social media. So remember that if you don't have social media, which you should, to be honest, it's the way our internet is nowadays. It's not just for the kids anymore. Everyone has social media. So I would say if you don't have one, get one, at least to just pay attention to the times, be able to keep up, catalog your catches. You could post them there. You can just keep them on your computer if you want to view on your own. But I think it's really important to run a camera. And today I'm going to give you 5 things that I think that you need to have when you're out on the lake fishing if you want to document your catches. First off, it's got to come with the camera. Obviously, Ronnie, you can't document your catches without a camera. But I think the type of camera you have is important. When it comes to GoPros, this is what I'm familiar with. I have GoPro Hero 4s. The 5s are great. The 6s are even better. They're all brand new, for the most part. Every year they come out with a new one. So it doesn't matter if you get one 2 years ago. They're probably all still relevant. Just make sure it's the black version. They have black, silver, white. Hero 4 black is what I run. It has great options for shooting quality. I run 1080p 60i, which is, I can slow-mo it. A fish jumps, I can slow it down so many frames to do so. And 1080 is great quality. Stuff that you'd watch on TV is that quality. And to be honest, you don't have to go much better than that for people to think that it's awesome footage. So I run my camera on 1080 60, and I have a Hero 4 black, Hero 5 black, Hero 6 black. They're all perfect. A Session, doesn't matter what it is, a Garmin Verb, they're all great cameras. Just make sure it's the best quality of that model. Doesn't have to be the newest model, just make sure it's the best quality of that model. Secondly, I recommend getting a couple SD cards. Obviously, if you're as avid of an angler and video editor, shooter as I am, then you're going to take the time when you go home and you go to the hotel, drag some clips over to your computer, clear out the card, and start over fresh the next day. But if you're not up to that mode yet and you just want to shoot and then worry about it next week when you're not on the water, then I would recommend getting a couple SD cards so that you don't run out of storage and have to pick and choose between fish catches or clips until you get home. So starting off, 128 gigabyte card, that's what I run in almost every camera. That's going to run all day long. Now, I preface it by saying I got a bunch of other SD cards, 64, 32. Different ones are great for different things. Sometimes if I want to walk around and shoot a 5-minute clip, I don't need 9 hours of storage. So I can just use any clip that's handy or any card that's handy. I can put it in the GoPro and go. So I recommend a 128 gigabyte card. What that's going to give you for 1080 by 60, what I shoot, it's going to give you roughly 8.5, 9 hours of recordable data on your card. For most tournaments, that's all you get. You're going to fish an 8-hour tournament day, a 9-hour tournament day tops, and you're going to have every single moment of the day on camera. And if you're making a 30-minute run or an hour run to your spot, you don't have to have the GoPro on. You can start it then, and that saves you an hour right there. You don't have to worry about clicking it when you get to the lake and it being done when you exit the lake. But rather, you can be smart about it. If you're making a decent run and you don't want footage of that run, stop the camera. It'll save your space. So 128 gigabyte card lasts you 8 hours, 45 minutes, roughly 8.5 to 9 hours on 1080 by 60. Great quality, great amount of storage that you have, and you'll be able to get it accomplished. Thirdly, I want to talk about how to run a camera all day. There are multiple ways that you could do it. You could switch out batteries. They last roughly an hour and a half a piece. You can get a different kind of hardwire system that has It goes into the back, and it's completely waterproof, but you're not going to get great audio out of that deal because there's no vents. There's no way for you to speak and it get into the camera audio. So make sure that if you do run a GoPro, there's a non-waterproof case on it. And what I mean by that, it's going to have vents in the side. So the vents in the side allow you to plug in this cord, and this is step 3. The first one was the GoPro. Second one was the SD cards. The third thing that you'll need is a stretchy. This is a Motorola cord. Easy for me to say. Stretchy cord, just like you saw back in your grandma's house for the house phone. Stretchy cord. You plug that into the cigarette lighter of your boat. Stretch this deal around, wrap it around your mount, which is on your dash, or wherever you have a mount that you can hardwire it to. Stretch it around there, give it a little bit of slack, and then you'll plug this cord in the side of the camera. That way it runs all day long. Don't have to worry about switching batteries. It'll keep it fully charged, and you'll be good to go. With that being said, there's the 3 steps. The 4th step, I just showed you guys this a second ago, have multiple cases. And when I mean cases, right now on this camera, I have a frame type case. And that is, all it does is cover the top, sides, bottom, but there's vents in it. So if it's raining, this is going to bombard your camera with moisture, with water. So I wouldn't recommend that on rainy days. But it's sunny today, a little windy, but I still want audio. When I'm out there fishing, if I say something, I want the GoPro to be able to pick it up. I don't want to have to look right here and say it and hope that the waterproof case let the audio through. No, my camera's got vents in both sides, and you'll be able to hear everything you say out on the lake. That also allows you to charge it. That's how you get the cord into the side, into the vent ports, and you charge it that way. So I'd recommend getting multiple, though. This is a non-waterproof, but when you're running down the lake or you're fishing, unless it's sideways rain, if it's just straight down rain, you're not going to get any water in here, which is going to be perfectly fine for you. If it's sideways rain, if it's coming from the back, you're going to need some vents, some covers, different things like that. But if you think about it, you're trolling forward fishing, rain's coming straight down, it's only going to hit the front of the camera or go behind the camera. And if it's with this case and it hits the front of the camera, this is all concealed plastic, you're good to go. So get a non-waterproof case so you can charge it all day, and get a waterproof case in case you want to get some shots under the water, in case it rains, in case it's snowing, whatever the case may be. But I recommend having a non-waterproof case of some sort and a waterproof case of some sort, just because you don't know what's going to happen on the lake. You want to be prepared. So there's 4 things right there: camera, SD cards, stretchy cord, and different cases. The last one, obviously, I have a camera here and a camera there. I have multiple GoPros, but I love shooting content. So if you're starting out and you have a GoPro, it's cool to just have one. You can still mix it up and get different shots. So for this 5th tip, I recommend shooting some different angles. This is a chest mount. It just is a kind of a harness thing. You just put it on. I can sit there and throw it around my arms. You stretch it around. Obviously, I rushed it so it's not straight, but you snap it on and you're good to go. You get a POV view from the chest. Obviously, your cast, you're reeling in, your hook set, holding the fish up. It's all going to be caught on the chest cam. So I'd recommend getting a different angle. I love the dash cam, but if you're fishing and you're at your backs to the camera all day, that's not as exciting as getting a different camera view. So whether it's on the dash and it's charged all day, you take it off the dash and you put it on a chest mount. It'll last an hour and a half with no charge, going to it. A battery will last only an hour and a half. So you can definitely mix in some different shots. When you're running down the lake, you can plug it back up and charge it. So I recommend doing that. Different views, different shots are always cool. Have this handy deal. It's a 3 extension GoPro pole, and I have a waterproof case on this, so if I stick it down in the water, we're all good to go. This thing actually doubles as a tripod. Here at the bottom, it's a little knob. You twist, you turn it around and thread it back in there, and then voila, tripod. You're good to go. If you wanted to just shoot a video, a recap on your boat, you wanted to talk, you can set that tripod up, and you're good to go. If you wanted to walk around, selfie it, or film your friends, or shoot a weigh-in, or whatever the case may be, you can. Lastly, is the TH Marine YOLO Tech Aqua Stick. That thing is fantastic because it's sitting here on the back of the boat, and you're fishing all day long, and you're fishing with a buddy, you're fishing with a co-angler, whatever the case may be. Everything's in view. Fish jumps over here, you're good to go. Fish jumps over there, you're good to go. A whole cast, hook set, whatever the case may be. If I want to lay down, if I want to land a fish in the passenger seat, you're going to miss it on the dash cam, but you're going to get it on the YOLO Tech. So that's one of the angles that I really like, is this pole in the back. It goes right there in your light pole port, and from there it'll charge just like when you plug in your light pole in the morning for takeoff and your light's lit up and it has power to it via your nav switches over here. Same principle. You plug in your pole, charge it up, and your light will kick on. There's a light right here. You take a short 2-foot long cord, 1-foot long cord, and it plugs in and it goes right to the camera, and you're good to go. Charge it on the back of the boat all day. Now I won't miss a single thing, whether I land it behind the camera, if a fish jumps out there and that's too low of an angle, you get it here. So that's what I recommend. 5 things. Get a good quality camera, which is a Hero 456, all the black versions. Get a good SD card, 128 gigabyte. There's SanDisk. There's other couple models. I have SanDisk SD cards, so 128 gigabytes runs you 8.5 to 9 hours, and you'll be good to go a whole tournament day. 32 gigs are good for 2 hours. 64 gigs are good for 4 to 5 hours. So that's how you can balance it. If you want to get a bunch of cheaper 64 gig cards, put them in during a tournament, you'll be able to switch them out if you don't want to have just 1 or 2 cards. I like to have a lot of backups. Technology happens, stuff messes up, so get a couple SD cards, get a good GoPro. Make sure you get a cheap stretchy cord. I got these at like travel gas stations where truck drivers go and take showers and whatnot. Those big mega gas stations that are open 24/7, they always have these because truck drivers need it to charge their phones. They need all kinds of cords in the truck to make sure all their technology is good to go while they're on the road. Same deal here. Just look at your port that charges the GoPro, see what it looks like, and walk in one of those gas stations and find one. Walmart has them as well. Get them on Amazon, eBay, whatever the case may be. But on the go, I know how anglers are traveling. Those gas stations are sometimes more available than a Walmart in a town, so check those out. Like I said, get different cases. You don't have to have a bunch, but have a non-waterproof case, have a waterproof case, so you can, waterproof will keep you good to go when it's raining and stormy. Non-waterproof will let you charge it all day. You're good to go. And the last thing, the 5th one, get those different angles. Whether it's one camera or not, take the time, get a couple different angles. Pretty cool to get a hat cam view, a chest cam view, the YOLO Tech cam view, whatever you want to do. Something a little different than the dash cam, and that adds to your video so much. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope all these tips help. I'm going to put links probably in the bio of this video to outline the different equipment that I have, and you can choose for yourself what you want to get, what you don't want to get. Tell me any other suggestions that you have. Maybe you guys have a better way of doing something. This is just the way that's worked for me. It is organized chaos sometimes. There's a lot of moving parts, but if you take a couple moments, if you get to the ramp 30 minutes early, if you stay up 30 minutes late the night before, prep your stuff, it'll all run smoothly, and you won't have to worry about catching a fish and then, dang, I wish my GoPro was running. So let me know if you guys like this video. I'm going to put up another video about how I edit videos. 2018's here. So much technology. You can edit on your computer. You can edit on your phone. A lot of different options. I'm going to go through that in another video about editing. So be sure to check that one out if you're not sure. Obviously, whatever I say is not a rock solid, you better listen to it or you're wrong. It's just my take on editing videos from out on the water. So hope you guys go fishing. Hope you guys get a camera. Maybe get a birthday present, Christmas present, maybe a late Christmas present, whatever you want. Get a camera and go document, because if you're not, you're probably missing out.